It's gonna go fast. It's incredible. It's incredible. The nice thing is you never get tired using it because you're working very slowly. You can take a nap in between the cycles. Today on In the Woodyard, an old friend returns. Someone that you haven't seen for a year and a half, at least. Here we go. So I've had requests and I have had people ask me about this particular friend for quite a while now. And it's time. I got a text from one of my firewood customers that is interested in an old friend. They want to buy the Glacier. Yes, the Glacier. Somebody wants it. And I haven't run it in a year and a half at least, if not more. Here it is. It's been undercover, sitting right here for about a year and a half now. There it is. And someone is interested in buying it that watches the channel. So I'm gonna uncover it and see if it'll start. So this ought to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, under here lies one of the greatest splitters ever built. Yes, the Glacier. It's called the Glacier because it moves, the wedge moves at basically a glacial pace. I bought this splitter after I bought my first splitter. My first splitter I bought, I don't know, like 7-8 years ago. And I used it for about a year and a half. I ran about 600 face cords through it and I sold it. And I got almost as much as what I paid for it. And it was in okay shape. I just wanted something a little more powerful, a little faster. So I bought the Glacier. Well, it was a little bit faster, a little bit more powerful, and brand new. And it served me well. Now the Glacier has split over 1,000 face cords of wood, probably around 1,100 is my guess. And I replaced it with the Easton Made Ultra about a year and maybe 8 months ago, something like that. So quite a while ago. And I've been using the Ultra ever since because it's so fast. Now the Glacier can split about 1 face cord per hour. It's slow. It's really slow. And it's a single wedge, and I'm going to unveil it right now. For those of you that haven't seen it in a while, you're going to be happy to see it again. And for those of you that haven't seen it at all before, this is going to be a big, exciting moment. Oh, we got some wood stuck over here. Got to move some stuff off of the tarp. Had a pile of oak behind it here that fell over and fell onto it. There it is. Ta-da! The Glacier. It is a thing of beauty. It is a work of art. It is a machine that was used and abused. Now, when I say abused, those of you that have seen the channel before know this. I use this thing a lot. And I used it so much that what happened is the rail actually wore right through. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that. Because of the ram going back and forth, the rail actually wore out. Now this side over here is solid yet, but for some reason it wants to torque always to this side here, to the right, as you're facing it. Now, that's the only thing that is wrong with it, besides that it's kind of slow, but it works just fine. And for an average guy that's going to split, or girl, that is, for that matter, for the average person that is going to split, say, 10 to 15 full cords a year, that's all you need. This would work. If you're just splitting wood for yourself, for for a fire pit or fireplace, or for your own heating purposes, this would do the job. So all that needs to be done is this needs to be beat back down, and then I think the smart move, instead of just welding it, because my brother actually re-welded it here once, but the weld broke loose after another 100 face cords ran through it. Basically take half of a pipe, if you cut a pipe vertically the long way, beat this into place, and I think you could weld a pipe right over the top of this, maybe even do both sides, and it would be perfectly new. I wouldn't say perfectly new, but it is a Woods HLS 27 ton wood splitter. I paid brand new for this. I paid about $1,100, I want to say, and I got the little deck on the side here. I have not even checked the oil. I have not checked the gas, anything. I don't know what's even in here. Let's see what we got. It looks like there's something in there. I don't know. Now, it's got a Kohler engine, and it is a Kohler 196cc. It's a 6.5 horsepower engine, which is fine. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna move it out of here just a little bit and see if I can get it to start. You know, there's no fresh gas in it. Probably needs to be drained, but I'm just going to give it a try and see what happens. So there she is. So one of the beautiful things about a splitter of this size, magnitude, stature, is that it's really easy to move. It's kind of in a hole here, but I mean, it's like nothing to move. I'm going to move this tarp out of here. Leaky tarp, I should say, because it looks like water leaked right through and got on the Glacier here. We have a rusty Glacier, imagine that. So there she is. Let's spin her around a little bit here. Show her off in all her glory. And it does go vertical. It tips up, so you can have a vertical. You can tip it down and split with big rounds on the ground here. But I'll bring you around over to this side so you can see the working part of it over here, to see the big massive Kohler engine. There it is, the massive Kohler engine that did all the work. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna start hard, if at all. There it is. Let's give it a whirl here. Let's see what happens. Again, I didn't do anything to it. It's literally been just sitting here waiting for me in anticipation. Let's see, gas is on, choke is on, the switch is on. Let's see what happens. Yeah! Uh-oh, I turned the gas down too fast. She started. Yeah, I didn't want to crank it up wide open after sitting so long. Here, let's give it a try again. Yeah, baby. All right, let's see if the wedge still moves. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Look at the speed. Look at the agility and the grace. It's amazing. And look at the return. It only takes a week. And will it click off? Yes. Let's go forward again. Let's see what she's got. She's wiggling her way down the racetrack. She's almost to the end. Can she make it? Yes! She made it. Whoa! Oh, better go forward a little here. There we go. Got caught right in here. We'll run her back again. Woo! Look at that! Holy crap! The Glacier is alive! She clicks off. Now, notice the hydraulic fluid. It looks like milk. If the hydraulic fluid looks like milk, that means there's water in there. So that needs to be changed. I'm sure the oil needs to be changed. The gas needs to be changed. It needs to be welded right here. But she's running. Oh. That's amazing. The Glacier lives. So yeah, the other thing that I noticed I forgot about was right here too. This joint right here, if I can, I'll take the camera off the tripod here so you can see. Bring it around over this way. But right where it connects here, that's all blown out too right there. I'm sure you guys can see that. See how loose that is? The nut's just barely, or the bolt's just barely in there. The rod is fine, it's just this head here. So that needs to be re-welded, re-drilled, and then put a new bolt on. I've broken the bolt several times because of the power that it has, of course. And having this tray is very important. And I always wish that this tray was, you know, like another, like 8-10 inches this way, and another foot out here, and then maybe another foot out this way, so you could stack 3-4 logs at a time up on the tray to have an on deck. Because of the speed that this thing produces, lightning fast results, that you need to have a lot of wood staged so that you can use it. But there she is. Looks like you got a bunch of wood jammed in here too. That needs to be beat out of there. It's even cracked down in here. Down in here it's cracked. So there's some major welding that needs to be done on it. So she runs. The engine is fine. The ram works. Looks like the hoses are cracked a little bit. They might need replacing eventually. And the hydraulic fluid needs replacing. So besides the sentimental value, or the value of the glory of past years that the Glacier lived, I'm curious, what do you think it's worth as a machine? Not that it's the Glacier, you know, because it could be fixed up and it would work just fine for most people. And it would work wonders, I think, for people that are splitting by hand versus having a machine. No, my last splitter, I paid $900 for it. Not the last one, the one before this. And I sold it for $600. But it still worked good. Everything, there was nothing broke on it. It was fine. And the first guy that came took it, gave me full asking price. But the Glacier here, I'm thinking, because of what needs to be done on it, you know, you got probably, boy, if I'm just looking, if somebody's a handy person, can weld, probably could do it themselves in half a day. So figure somebody's time is worth 25 bucks an hour. So figure it's going to cost $100 to fix it up, maybe another 50 bucks in metal or parts, whatever. And then it would be off to the races, snail races. And it would work. How do you like the ball I got on here? That's a ball I stuck on it because my hand would get sore from pushing on this all the time, so I taped it on there. That's a little loose too, but it still works. Actually, this is the second set of valve I put on here. I replaced this once. This is the second one. The first one wore out at like about $600 or $700, and then I put a whole new valve on. That was like $130, $140, something like that, to put the whole valve on here. So that I replaced. But there it is. It's probably worth about $100 just in scrap metal. And as far as, you know, being a celebrity, it's probably worth thousands, I'm thinking. Tens of thousands, maybe even. No, I'm thinking I'd be happy to get $400 or $500 for it. I don't know. In the comments, tell me, what do you think the Glacier is worth? If it was $1,100 new and it needs all that work, is it worth that much money? I'm thinking that's kind of a fair price, but what do I know? I'm just a guy that splits wood. I'm not a machinist. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to fix stuff. I just use stuff till it breaks and then I replace it and get new stuff. That's pretty much what I do. So there it is, the Glacier. Let's split a piece of wood. I'll go grab that piece of wood. We'll split one. Here we go. I brought 4 pieces of cherry because that was what the stuff I didn't have split. It's my favorite wood, so we'll see what she can do. Now, I was thinking while I was walking, coming back here to Old Faithful, this splitter made me a lot of money. I split 1,000 face cords at roughly $100 a face cord. Can you guys do math? That's a lot of money that I made with this machine. And it all went into buying more wood, paying for a lot of stuff that I've bought over the years, a couple of years now. Paid for my truck, paid for my tractor, paid for my splitter, paid for my chainsaws, paid for a lot of stuff. Got a tear in my eye. Not really. But it also cost me a lot of money. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that this splitter was so slow that I spent so much time with it producing wood that if I would have bought something that was like my Ultra that I have, which is, yeah, it's 4 times as much money, but you can produce way more wood with it way faster. It actually cost me money using this splitter as a production type splitter, just trying to get build a business. But it was a good way to start. So for those of you that are starting off, start with something like this. But as soon as you get some money saved up, buy a faster splitter. I mean, sooner versus later. Matter of fact, if you're interested in Eastern Made Ultra or the 1222 or that was it 22, 24, 26, 28, 35, hut, I don't know all the numbers, but they make great machines. Buy something with some speed. Buy something that can actually produce a lot of firewood as soon as you can. My advice is definitely do not spend the money you make on your first sales. Sock it away, sock it away, sock it away, and then buy more wood, and then build up your inventory, and then make some money, buy a faster splitter. Get something that can do some production. It makes a huge difference. I waited way too long to buy a faster splitter. That's enough talk. Let's fire it up. The excitement is palpable. The Glacier, or as the English would say, Glacier, is ready to work. Here we go. Starting her up. Don't blink. It's gonna go fast. All right, there's one. I gotta turn it. There's two. Look at that. Wow, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's amazing speed. It's like grease lightning. The nice thing is you never get tired using it because you're working very slowly. You can take a nap in between the cycles. Look at this. There we go. Oh, I'm tired. I need a nap now. So there you go, the triumphant return of the Glacier. There she is. Awesome. It's an awesome machine. I don't know if I want to sell it. Maybe I'll just keep it. Maybe I should like make a pedestal and mount it up there and have a spotlight on it with an American flag, even though it was probably made in China. There it is. That's it for today, folks. You know what to do. Poke some buttons, hit them all. Tomorrow, you're going to come back in the morning at 5:30 a.m. because I have videos every day at 5:30. And if that's not enough, there's 700 other videos on the channel for you to watch. So get busy. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.